welcome back to another video. Today, you guys know the drill. We're going to be breaking down Los Angeles Chargers. And, that's just coming up. So, we're just going to go quickly, because I've tried to record this video 2-3 times. So, I'm just going to go outside. If you guys give me a second, to the porch. I don't think there's a point in handing out face cam, so I never do get a face cam with these videos, because there is no point. Guys, what's the point of getting a face cam for the video if you're just making the video on a screen, not about you, because I want to go look at the screen, not at your face cam. So yeah, the QB is Justin Herbert. I give an 89 too. He's coming off offensive rookie of the year. It's just we've only seen him for 1 year, so we don't know what we're going to be getting next year. Easton Stick, he's about an average backup. Nothing amazing there. Just your kind of backup. But, yeah, you also have your running backs, Darius Brabble, Austin Eckler, Justin Jackson, Joshua Kelly, and then you have your fullback, Gabe Neighbors. I'd give him an 86 too. He's a really, really solid receiving threat in the backfield. He can also rush. It's just he's had one really good year, and then last year he was injured most of it, and then he came back. It was just a really, really funky year for him and his squad. Well, him and his Justin Jackson and Joshua Kelly, they're both solid backups, so I'd give the running backs an 86, as I would also give Austin Eckler an 86. Now we go to the wide receivers. I'm just going to say the top 5 guys. Top 5, Tyron Johnson, Mike Williams, Joe Reed, Jalen Guyton, and Keenan Allen. Williams, I would give kind of I give him an 84. He definitely has a ton of potential. He's shown it in a couple of years. He showed it definitely in 2019. Just didn't really follow that up with a great season in 2020. So we just have to go give him an 83 because we don't know what we're going to get from him. Then you have Tyron Johnson. He has blazing speed, but he's like their number 4 guy, number 3. Then you have Keenan Allen, one of the best wide receivers in the league. Top 10, easy money. So I give him a 94. He's not going to burn you with his speed, as he only has, in my opinion, B+, A- speed. But he is going to burn you with his route running. One of the best a top 3 route runner in the league. And he has good hands. And then you have, like I said, you also have Jalen Guyton. He also has solid speed, but he's going to be your number 4 guy. And then you have Joe Reed. Overall wide receiver core, I give it an 89. I give it an 80. What are we giving? I'm thinking about a concept. It's an 87. You could draft a number 3 guy, but I think you're pretty solid there. It's one of their strong. It's a solid position for them on offense. Tight ends, you have Steven Anderson, Jared Cook, Virgil Green, Donald Parham Jr., Matt Sokol. You don't have Hunter Henry because he signed with the Patriots. So Jared Cook is like a nice replacement from Hunter Henry. They have the same basically ceiling. It's just Jared Cook is, well, let's go check the ages. Jared Cook, I guess, is like a lot older, but like 7 years or something. Jared Cook is 7 years older. Man, I guessed that correctly. So, though he is older, they basically have the same ceiling as Jared Cook showed in 2019. But once again, Jared Cook and Hunter Henry were both pretty injured or banged up in 2020, and they missed some games. So, Jared Cook is just a nice replacement for Hunter Henry, who they didn't have to pay as much. So I'd give it an 84. Starting core. So centers, Corey Linsley. He was an All-Pro in 2020. He was an absolute superstar. But he's 29 years old, and before that he was kind of average, nothing insane. So I don't know what we're going to be getting from him in year number 2 of him coming off his breakout year, 29 years old. Then you have your guard. Ode Abushabi, Cole Turner, I said that wrong, right? Sorry, your guards are Ode Abushabi, Nathan Gilliam, Ryan Roy, Forrest Lamb. I'm not going to name, I will name Dan Feeney, but he signed with the Jets on 1 year, $3 million contract. Breaking news. No, it's not. That happened like a while ago, but, yeah. So, the guards, I would give the solid grade of the... No, not really solid. I give it a 70. Nothing amazing there. Maybe you want to upgrade that. I know you did upgrade center Corey Linsley, as I gave him an 86, by the way, because he is coming off just 1 good year, so we don't know if we're going to get him from the second year. So the offensive line is solid with the centers, but not so solid with the guards. Maybe I would draft a guard. Maybe like in the third round, maybe, because you already spent most of your money that you needed. But they did have to go release some guys, as we'll go over later. Now you have your tackles: Brian Bulaga, Matt Filer, Storm Norton, Trey Pipkins III, and Tyree St. Louis. Brian Bulaga, I think, is a top 10. I think he's a top 10 right tackle in the league, in my opinion. Or top 10 right tackle, left tackle. I forgot which position he played, but he's definitely a top 10. I'd give him an 88. Bulaga, I would. And Matt Filer, I would give like a 74 too. You're not going to be getting anything insane, but you're going to get a solid blocker. And he's their starting right tackle. They signed to a 3-year deal. So now, let's go over the offenses overall. So overall, the O-line, we're going to give who's ready to rumble? I'm going to go tell you with my jump. So I would give a, thinking about it. I give the offensive line a solid grade of a 78. It's not really solid. It's about average. Maybe you want to get some more additions. I don't know. Need some guard help. 78 offensive line. But I'm not going to do every single position. We'll go up to the offense. And the offense I would give an 85 to. It's definitely one of their strengths. They're just going to get better with some younger guys, such as Justin Herbert and Austin Eckler is still pretty young. Same thing with Mike Williams. He's pretty young too, only 26. So with all those guys in mind, your offense is just going to get better. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a top 5 offense next year. Right now, they're like top 10 in my eyes. So I'd give it an 86. The offense, I would. So now we go to the defense. As this, I can go to the depth chart before, but there's no depth chart for the offense for some reason. So we can only do it for the defense. So your front 7 consists of Jerry Tillery, Linval Joseph, Justin Jones, Joey Bosa, Kenneth Murray Jr., Kaiser White, and Uchenna Nwosu. And then they also signed Kyle Flacco to be a backup in free agency. So Jerry Tillery, I would give a 75 to. You're not going to be getting anything amazing there. He is a tall player, but nothing amazing. Linval Joseph, I'd give an 81 to. Super duper strong. He definitely sometimes shows up, but he sometimes gets injured and stuff like that. So 81 there. Then you have Justin Jones. I haven't really heard of him yet or ever, to be honest. But I'll just give him let's go actually check out his stats. Sometimes we do have to go check out stats. So last year, so he's a 24-year-old. He had 19 solo tackles, 1 sack, 0 forced fumbles, 0 INTs. So he did have 1 sack. So I'd give it a 76. Nothing amazing there, but it's fine. Then you have Joey Bosa getting a solid grade of a 96 from me. He's one of the best pass rushers in the league. Also stops the run very nicely. I love him. I think he's actually better than Nick Bosa because Nick Bosa didn't really play last year, so has to be better. Kenneth Murray Jr., I give us 81 to. You can't really go higher than that just because he didn't have an amazing rookie year, but he had a solid rookie year. And you don't know what you're going to be getting in year 2. Like I said, Uchenna Nwosu, I give a 79 to. He's a very, very solid player who's always going to be on the field for you. He's always going to make the tackles that he needs to make, and he's just a solid player. So overall, your front 7, I'm going to be giving we're going to be giving a solid grade of an 86 to. Maybe I would get another pass rusher. I would get a guy like Gregory Rousseau. As this definitely was an 88 before they lost Melvin Ingram. So I maybe get like a guy like Gregory Rousseau, Jalen Phillips. Who else would there be? Kwity Paye. I'd probably get like a guy like that. I think I pick number 13, I think is where they're at. You can definitely get it. It's probably one of the best pass rushers available in Greg Rousseau, so I'd probably take him. This is an 86, but it can easily be like an 88 because they did lose Melvin Ingram, so that you can easily replace that with Gregory Rousseau, as then you're able to get rid of Justin Jones, who I couldn't even name. But I don't have anything against him, but I think that they should draft someone like Gregory Rousseau, because maybe they can fill that need, because that's probably their biggest weakness in the pass rush. So now let's just move on to the secondary. We have Chris Harris Jr., Taquan Campbell, Brandon Fikeson, Michael Davis, Nasir Adderley, Derwin James, Alhoe Gilman, John Brandon III, Dante Vaughn, Chris Harris Jr., like I said. So Harris Jr., he's going to be getting an 86 from me because we don't know what we're going to be getting. I don't really remember any huge highlights from him last year, other than the one of getting burned by Tyreek Hill, but everyone gets burned by Tyreek Hill. He's the GOAT, not the GOAT. He's like the fastest person in the league, so you can't really not get burned from him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he also got burned by Henry Ruggs III, because he's like the second fastest guy in the league. Not their fault. They have two of the fastest guys in the league in the same division, and they have to go play them at least 25% of the year in the games. So, you also have a guy like Derwin James, who is an absolute beast, but is also injury prone. He sometimes gets injured, so I have to go give him an 89. When he is healthy, he is the best. He is a top 3 safety in the league when healthy, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy. I'm so unfortunate. Nasir Adderley, I'd give like a 74 to. Nothing great there, just he's going to be a solid player for you. Michael Davis, I'd give a 72 to. He's solid. He's a bit he's in the middle in age, as he is 26. Taquan Campbell, give like a 72 to. So overall, your secondary is gonna be getting, well, the safeties I would give a grade of an 84 to. It's a top 10 safety pair for sure, but it could, like number 10. If they got a better free safety, which I don't think they should do, I think they're fine there. Cornerbacks, I give a 81, 82 too, because you have a lot of potential there. It's just nothing amazing, and they did have to go release Casey Hayward. So overall, your secondary, I would give an 85 to. No, 84 to, sorry, 84. And then your front seven, like I said, I would give a 86 to. So overall, your defense is an 85, and then your offense is an 87. So overall, just the team alone is an 87 if you round it up. And actually, no, I think I should give the offense an, what should I give the offense? I'm thinking. I think I should give him an 86. So it rounds up to an 86. So the team is an 86. So now let's just go into the, just a little mock draft, in, Google. So we go to Google, and it should be there. So this is just, draft. We're not going to, we can look at the mock, but we're not going to go in that much depth about it. As like I said, I would take an offensive lineman, or I would take like a, or I would take like a, so the latest mock draft, so the most recent mock, 3-31, they have them taking Kwity Paye, so I would take, so like I said, I was kind of right about that. I would take Greg Rousseau, Kwity Paye, or Jaylene Phillips. So they're going to take Kwity Paye apparently, according to them, and offensive tackle Jackson Carman, Seth Williams. They definitely have a lot of draft capital. Wow. As here's every single pick in the draft. Oh my. It is awesome. Anyway, I'm not going to go that much about that, but, obviously, I would have taken Gregory Rousseau there with that pick, but, we're not going to go into too much depth about this mock draft. But yeah, I think, we're on the same page here of, they definitely need to go take someone here. And then also, offensive tackle. Yeah, they do have to go take someone on the offensive line. It's either offensive line or, secondaries. That's not their biggest strength, so it's either that or that. So I would also agree with that. And then they also have 2 third-round picks, which is good, for them. They also have 2 sixth-rounders. Yeah, so they have a lot of draft capital. They don't have the best draft capital because they're like in the middle, like 13 out of 32. So that's like, they're in the bottom third of the league, but by barely. So they're like in the average. They're average. So because of that, they don't have the greatest draft picks, but they definitely have a lot of them. So I give their draft picks a 97. So now we got to go back to here, and we're gonna go to the transactions. And in the transactions, we can go see what every single move they've done. So they've promoted cornerback John. Okay, I have to make. Okay, this is sorry, this is the wrong thing. So let's go. So they signed the kicker Tristan Mcdonald. They had to go release their their star guard. I'd give him like a 79 if he was still on the team. Has anyone actually signed Trey Turner? He's a really, really good player when he's healthy. I'd give him like a 79, and that would have really helped this offensive line. And they also had to release Malik Jackson. They also released Casey Hayward, cap casualty, and they signed Matt Filer to a 3-year contract. Signed punter Ty Long and Jared Cook to 1-year contracts. Re-signed defensive back Brandon Bikeson. Signed off, and then they also signed linebacker Kyle Fackrell, and they lost tight end Hunter Henry. So they definitely lost Hunter Henry, Casey Hayward, Trey Turner, Malik Jackson, and Casey Hayward. I think I already said that. So they definitely lost a lot of guys, but they replaced all of them. As they replaced Trey Turner with Matt Filer. They didn't really replace their cornerback with anybody. And they replaced their linebacker with Kyle Fackrell, and they replaced their tight end with Jared Cook, and they replaced their guard with Ode Ashibabi. So they basically replaced everything, just not as good. So I would give, and then they didn't replace their cornerback. So I would give it a 95 minus Casey Hayward. So I would give their free agency an 85. They did basically replace everything. They just didn't replace. Oh yeah, and they signed Corey Linsley. So I give it an 87. Overall, they did a good job, but they did have to let some guys walk to do what they did. So overall, I just have to go do the math because I do it myself. So 97 plus 86, and I'll tell you what their overall position is. Their overall position, if you round it up, is a 92. So they're in a 92 position. They're in a very solid position for the future. I can't wait to go see what they will do next. Very exciting team, especially with 17-game season. We'll actually go into more depth. I'll make a video about that. If you guys hit the like button and we get 4 likes, then I will make a video on that later. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.